Hi guys, welcome to another edition of Jonesy's vlog. Thank you very much for joining me. Only one place to be talking about and one topic to be talking about, and that is of course Leeds United and Neil Warnock. Should he go and should he stay? As you can see from the title of the vlog, I've started to come around to the thinking it's probably time for him to go. I've been a backer of Warnock whilst he's been at the club for so long. I believe that he's been the right man. At the time of his appointment, I thought it was the right man for the job. I think the way that the situation is now, he's definitely not the right man for the job anymore due to various circumstances, which I will get into and talk about. Of course, people will have seen the vlog I did a while ago saying that he needed the time and the money. I think he's had that time. He's in the middle of a transfer window where we've had the takeover. He's had that money, I'm hoping, at his disposal. I'm going to take it that he has had that chance. And things really have been getting worse. Of course, I did the vlog saying that I felt Leeds were on the up after that little run that we had, but I did say, I didn't want to get too optimistic just after that little run. And of course, it's proved to be right. I mean, the league position doesn't, if you were to look at it, doesn't look too bad. But the performances, and anyone that's been going to watch Leeds recently will tell you that things really are not right at the club. The performances recently have been so poor, so negative, that the players just haven't looked interested. There's been no real desire there in the team. There seems to have been no togetherness in the squad, which disappeared after that run that we had. And the way that Neil has gone about his business, he's come across like a man who's come to the end of his time at a football club. And it was really the final straw for me yesterday was after the match and his interview on Yorkshire Radio. Some of the things that he came out and said for me just weren't right. The comment about Becchio saying that his head wasn't in the right place and his head's been turned. I mean, it doesn't probably take a rocket scientist to know that he's talking about, a club is probably coming for Becchio. But as someone said today, it's actually an open letter to Neil Warnock and GFH Capital, the owners. I can't remember who it was who did it, but I think originally it was posted on Wacko. But today, the Scratch and Shed website, I'll put a link in the description below. They've actually posted it there for everyone to see, and I urge people to read it, because the guy has just managed to sum everything up so perfectly. It's such a passionate and honest view from a long-time supporter, and he really just does sum the current situation up at the club perfectly, and saying that it's probably the time for Warnock to go. But he says about Warnock and Becchio that it's Warnock's job to unturn Becchio's head, which is correct. If a club has come in for Becchio and he's got one eye on that offer, and Neil doesn't believe his head is in the right place for that game, then he shouldn't have played him. If he's come out after the game and said that, then he must have known before the game that his head wasn't in the right place. So we've got Ross McCormack, we've got David Sommer. Play one of them instead of Becchio if you don't think he's right. You can't come out and blame Becchio for how he played yesterday. And again, as many people were pointing out on Twitter, the reason his head's turned is because he's too busy looking up in the air for the hoof balls that we seem to have been playing recently. But again, I'll come on to that in a second. The comment he made about Lee Peltier and the left-back situation was it was a cop-out really, saying Adam Drury is ill at the moment. He hasn't been ill for all these months and all these weeks that Peltier has been playing at left-back, so that's a very poor excuse. And then to come out and say he doesn't believe AD White is a better player than Peltier, and in that position, I think it's so wrong and so unprofessional of him to say something like that about a young player like AD. And I won't blame White if he came out and handed in a transfer request after hearing something like that. How is he going to be feeling? It's debatable whether he is better than Peltier at left back, but that isn't the point. That shouldn't really be said in an interview after a match. So there was that as well. And the fact that yesterday, instead of coming out apologising to the fans for the bad performance, and holding his hands up and saying he got it wrong and it was a dire performance. He decided to blame it on the referee. He decided to say that he thought that we had a decent second half, and I wasn't there yesterday because I was working, but by what all fans said, it was just abysmal throughout the game. Not to have a shot on target just is not good enough. You know, it's not like we were playing top of the league yesterday. I know Barnsley has been a tough game for us, especially the past few seasons, and I'm not saying they're a poor side, but they were bottom of the league. They didn't have a manager yesterday. Obviously, Flitcroft has been appointed manager today. They'd lost a lot of their decent players recently, especially their leading goal scorer, Craig Davis. You know, obviously it wasn't a game that we could just turn up and expect to win. We never do, and that would be a wrong way to think about it. But I'm sure I wasn't the only one thinking that we could turn up yesterday and get a good result, at least put in a decent performance. And at the end of the day, that's what us Leeds United fans want. If we lose a game, as long as we've seen a team that's put 110% into that match, they've given everything they can, and they can walk off that pitch saying, well, yeah, we might have lost, but we tried our best and we were outplayed by a better side, then the fans can't complain either. And we don't tend to complain. If we've been beaten by a better side and we've given it our all, it doesn't really matter. But for the past few games, well, past few weeks, we've just not been at the races at all, and it's just been a completely different atmosphere. Well, not atmosphere, it's been a completely different looking team to that team that we saw put that run on against Crystal Palace, against Huddersfield, against Leicester. It just looks like a completely different squad. They don't seem to be together. We've started playing the hoofball for some reason over these past few weeks, which is just beyond me why we started doing that, when we've shown when we play football and we play on the ground, we play some really good stuff, especially through midfield with El Hadj Diouf and Paul Green. We've shown we can play the football, and so it's obviously Neil's decision that we've started playing this way, and it's clearly not working, but he's persisting to do it. And it's just everything together, you know, playing players out of position, you know, buying his own players in and playing them out of position. The way we've been playing recently, the odd substitutions he's been making, you know, I absolutely love the guy, and like I say, I think he was the right man for the job at the time, but it's clear that it just hasn't worked out for him, and the situation's changed, and it's just time to bring in a manager with fresh ideas, you know, possibly a younger manager, you know, some young blood, some really new ideas for the squad, just to freshen the whole place up and bring some cheer and atmosphere back to the club, because again, we're losing out on that at the moment. So yeah, for me, as many fans are agreeing, it probably is time for Neil to go. If we're going to do it, let's do it now. Let's do it tomorrow. Get rid of Neil. You know, there's your paycheck. Go enjoy your retirement. Get someone in, young, fresh ideas. You've still got half transfer window and hopefully some money to spend to build your own squad and build your own team. And it gives them time to gel. I mean, for me, this season's over. I don't think there's any point really looking towards promotion and playoffs. I think if we bring a young manager in, bring his own team in, and build for next season, and don't even think about the playoffs, aim for the top 2 positions, and build a squad strong enough, because a strong squad in this division is going to get promoted very easily, because this is such a poor division with some very poor teams as we've seen. You know, that is my view. It'd be sad to see. Well, no, not sad to see, but sorry to see that it hasn't worked out for Neil. But at the end of the day, you know, he won't be too fussed really. You know, he'll get the money. He'll be able to go back to Cornwall and his family and enjoy his retirement. As for replacements coming in, I mean, some people say Neil Redfern to be on as permanent manager. I don't really understand that one. People saying like Gordon Strachan and people. I don't think men like that is probably the right people. I think people saying Paolo Di Canio, people saying Carl Robinson, maybe Gus Poyet. I think they're going along more the right lines really. The one saying Di Matteo, I think really guys, you kind of been a bit too optimistic there. I personally wouldn't see, couldn't see Roberto Di Matteo coming to Leeds. I think it would be fantastic. It would be absolutely brilliant, but I don't think I don't think we're a big enough club for him to come to as things are at this moment. But to see someone like Paolo Di Canio, I think he would be perfect. Really, it would be someone fresh and definitely exciting, and would do well, get us playing very different style football to what we're playing at the moment. So yeah, that's my view on it, guys. I'm sure a lot of you will probably agree with me, but do let me know what you think on the situation at Leeds United. Should Warnock go? Should he not? Should he stay? Give you reasons why. Who do you want to replace him? What do you think needs to change within the team? What players you think should go? What players are out there that you think would fit into the team at the moment, and we could realistically think about bringing in? Let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Hopefully, I know it sounds so nasty to hope that a manager is going to get sacked, but I think with the way Neil is, he probably would understand. I hope something happens this week. I don't want it to drag out, like I say, till the end of the transfer window. And hopefully, like I say, start building properly for next season. No messing about sort of just outside the playoffs this season and getting fans' hopes up. Let's just look forward to next season, scrap this one, build a new squad under a new manager and bring the fan base back into the club, and we can start looking up again. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys, on here, on my Twitter at ChrisJonesLUFC, and I will see you sometime again this week, guys. Thanks for watching.